wherever you are to Meg's Magical Mansion, a virtual guest house for spiritual wayfarers, a place where the ordinary becomes magical, where wisdom is yours for the asking, and where your higher nature is just a wish away. Thanks for joining me here today at the Magical Mansion. I'm Meg with my beautiful assistant, Miss Alice Poopers. And today is it. It is day 12 of the 12 Days of Yule Challenge. Woohoo! We did it! Challenge. I'm so excited that we've made it all the way to the end, and this is our final episode in the series. So today I want to start off by thanking Ivy the Occultist, our most gracious hostess, for this whole huge event. It turned out to be even bigger than I anticipated. I have made so many new friends. I want to welcome all of our new 120 something subscribers. I am so excited you're all here. I want to thank all of my longtime subscribers who have been watching and playing our games and doing our contests throughout this challenge. And I want to say to all of you, get ready for more shenanigans coming up in 2024, because that's the point of today's video, is to look forward to where we think our magical life is going to be taking us in the upcoming circuit around the sun. So over the next year, as we're just revolving and rotating our way about the sun, I know there are quite a few things I am very interested in, and I want to talk briefly about them. And if you're going to be following on the channel, this is what you can expect to see, because this channel is a reflection and a documentation of my spiritual journey towards enlightenment and whatever lies past that. So, of course, chaos magic is tops on my list of things we're going to be delving into. I would like to dabble more in my Power Goddess series. So those are some areas where I know for sure I will be continuing to focus my energies, my attention, my learning. So if you have things in particular you would like me to delve into in that chaos magic realm, let me know. I would love to get suggestions from you. Some other things I think you can expect to see is probably more in that Buddhist New Thought line of content and thinking on my part. That's something that's been with me for, 30, 40, 50 years. So some of that is going to always be there. And hey, Ivy, I saw your episode on New Thought, very well researched. I was very impressed. And I did want to say a few words, because Ivy did bring up this thing about New Thought, and there are a lot of people in New Thought who do mental psychic healing for physical ailments. And I want to say a few words about that. Now, my dad was brought up as Christian Scientist, so he kind of came out of that early tradition of Mary Baker Eddy and the whole concept that you can mentally heal your body. And I want to just say my personal belief on that is I do believe you can heal yourself of many ailments. I also believe that there are many miracles that come your way in healing through gifted healthcare providers. And you should never turn your back on modern medicine, because the universe is working through those people to bring you the miracles you want. Why turn your back on any possible help or healing you can get? I encourage all of you to do a balance, because I believe when you combine practical healing in the 3D world, which means go to your doctor, get your vaccine, be, mindful of the body you've been given here, take care of it. And on the other hand, use the power of the universe, of your heart, of your mind, to aid you in keeping yourself healthy and healing yourself when you are ill. I'm kind of like, why not do it all? So I just wanted to say, Ivy, there are a lot of us, most of the people I know in the New Thought tradition, which I've been a part of for many years, will go to the doctor. We would never just say, oh, my arm's broken, heal it. I mean, I understand that I need 3D help for my 3D body. And also, we only use 20% of our brains, guys. I imagine if we could access more of that, we could probably do more healing on our own bodies. But at this point, I am super grateful. The universe has put all kinds of talented healers out there. And we have a wonderful healthcare profession, people who are dedicated. Find the doctors, nurses, and practitioners that resonate with you and work with you and take care of your health and take care of your body. So I had to say that about Ivy's episode on New Thought. So I don't want everyone out there to think that every single person in New Thought thinks you should be able to magically heal yourself with your mind. Well, we'd be great if we could, but let's be realistic. I have a great doctor, and if I don't feel well, I'm gonna go see him. And I just want to say, guys, you know, I'm a person who is, how shall I say this delicately? I'm closer to the finish line than I am to the starting line with this body. So my perspective on things might be a little bit different than some of you out there who are younger than I am. But I've been driving around in this body for 62 years now, and I have a certain amount of perspective and wisdom that comes to anybody who's been negotiating a 3D experience for this long. And I just wanted to say that that sparks my interest in looking at the cycle of maiden, matron, and crone, now that I am a crone. So I think coming up, that is something else I'm going to be looking into. And you might see some episodes on those kind of spiritual or magical stages of our lives, because I've been looking at your channels out there, creators. I see a lot of maidens. I saw quite a few matrons, and I even saw a couple of my fellow crones out there in YouTube land, out there in the magical occult community. So I think I'm very interested in looking at those three perspectives, having lived through maidenhood and matronhood, and now being a delightful and lovely crone. So I think that's something coming up that I'm interested in looking at. And I think one thing that will be a big part of my life, and I know on the channel, something you can expect to see more of, is this channel's unwavering support for the LGBTQ+ community. Now, I am a strong ally for the community. Both of my children are beautiful rainbow people, each in their own special way. And of course, we have Parfait here on the channel at the Magical Mansion, and she will be spearheading our continued support and interest and love giving to the LGBTQ+ community, because certainly where I live, that community has been under attack, and I want to make sure that they know that there are people out there that love and support them. I want to make sure that Parfait has every opportunity to represent her community and to bring attention to those issues. So I think that's something you can expect to see more of on this channel. So all our rainbow friendly freak flag flying people out there, this is a safe space for you. We want you to feel welcome and included here at the Magical Mansion. And that is something that is very, very important to us. Oh yeah, and more poetry from Parfait. A lot more poetry from Parfait. I can't get enough of that girl's poetry. She can write. Yeah. I got a scrunchy little list here, okay? I'm hiding it. I'll just take it out. Okay. What? I think another thing that we've already talked about a lot on this channel that we will continue to be talking about coming up in the future is the concept of forgiveness. And that to me is a very powerful tool. Forgiveness is the key that frees you. It frees you from the guilt, the anger, the resentment. And I want to say one word on forgiveness. I heard one of the content creators in this series say very early on in one of their episodes that they could never forgive certain people because that would mean they'd have to allow them back in their lives, and they couldn't do that. And I want to say to all of you, forgiving someone does not mean you have to let them back into your world. I encourage everyone out there to have good, strong, healthy boundaries. And I have forgiven people who have no clue I have forgiven them. They don't need to know I forgave them. I didn't forgive them for them. I forgave them for me because I could not move forward on my spiritual path. I couldn't heal from the hurt that was caused by them until I forgave them and forgave myself for the whole, whatever happened with them. So I've used things like the Ho'oponopono prayer. We did a beautiful episode on forgiveness where I talked about the book by the Bishop Desmond Tutu and his daughter. They worked with the Reconciliation Commission in South Africa after the end of apartheid. And let me tell you, I thought I had stuff to forgive. It's nothing in comparison. So I'm very serious about this. If you think you have hard things that you need to forgive, please go read this book or go look at our episode, and it will give you an eye-opener, and you'll be like, wow, I thought my stuff was hard. I thought I had hard stuff to forgive. These people, there were acts of forgiveness documented in this book that would just blow your mind. They are so magnanimous and gracious and elevated all of the people involved into completely different spheres of existence. Forgiveness is that powerful. And if you're sitting there hung up with hurt, anger, jealousy, resentment, whatever it is, that will just hold you back. I also do a lot of work with forgiveness and cord cutting at the same time. So I think I will see some episodes maybe coming forward in the future with that, where we can combine the forgiveness component with the cord cutting component so you can forgive, let go, and release toxic people so they truly have no power over you. Because if you're still angry, jealous, resentful, hurt, afraid, whatever, they still have power over you. That's only the best way I have found to get that kind of toxic person out of my life is to release them through forgiveness and cut that cord and let them go. So we'll probably be seeing some stuff about forgiveness and cord cutting coming up this year. I think there's a need for that. And it's a piece I myself have personally worked super hard on in my personal life. So I think that's something I have a lot to share on. Of course, my all-consuming passion is, as I've said, where the intersection of science and spirituality meet, that collision of science and spirituality. That is something I will be investigating a great deal on the channel, and I think that's going to be probably our biggest focus coming up this year, the intersection of science and spirituality. This is why, for me as a new thought person, I would of course go to the doctor. I believe in science. I think science works. You're going to see a lot of episodes coming up on some interesting things where we're going to get at that intersection. I'm very intrigued, and I've been looking at a lot of these YouTube episodes from Damien Eccles on astral projection. And that is something I'm working on and learning about, and I want to take you along with me. If you're interested in astral projection, stick around in 2024. I think that's something we're going to be doing a deep dive into. Let's see if we can get some of us to float away out of our bodies and go travel around the universe experiencing cool things in other dimensions, time, space, who knows, right? And the other thing I'm extremely fascinated by, and I know we're going to be having episodes on, is the concept of fractals. And if you don't know what fractals are, stick around. I'm going to be talking about some fractals. Fractals are the entire nature of the universe. It is the stuff of the universe. The universe is a fractal. You're a fractal. I'm a fractal. You're a fractal. She's a fractal. That's a fractal. Wouldn't you like to be a fractal too? There are fractals everywhere. They are so powerful and important. And we're going to be talking a lot about fractals. So I think those are some of the big things coming up for me personally, and of course that means on the channel for 2024. And maybe we'll see some new fashion, some new outfits, some new matching outfits, because that's also very important. And we'll be, of course, having a lot of fun, games, goofy contests, and other silly things for all of you subscribers. So if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do, because we do a whole bunch of fun stuff just for and with our subscribers, because we love our subscribers. You guys are the backbone of the channel, and I cannot tell you enough how much we appreciate you and how much fun we have with you. So please stick around for 2024. I'm going to be having a lot of fun. I hope you're ready to collide the science and the spirituality with me. It's gonna get crazy with those fractals and that astral projection. Oh, I'm upsetting Miss Poopers. It's okay, Miss Poopers. You can astral project with me. She doesn't like me to leave her behind. You'll have to astral project too. So, again, thank you to Ivy the Occultist for coming up with this absolutely mind-blowing and phenomenal idea. I want to say hello to all my new content creator friends. I met this adorable Italian witch who lives in Wales. I met a Midwestern magician. I met a lady who does magic and vintage sewing. I met this amazing Tova Norse witch. I hope you're feeling better, sweetheart. And so many other, the little tiny witch, so many other amazing content creators. I can't even name all of you here that I've been interacting with over the past 12 days, but I am absolutely fascinated with each and every one of you. I will be deep diving into your channels over the next month or so as we kind of decompress out of this 12 days experience. And for anyone else out there who did 12 out of 12, I want to high five you. Woo! Woo-hoo! And hey, if you just popped in and did a few, that's great too. I mean, I really have to say, I enjoyed meeting every single one of you, from the Witch of Enchantment to the Witch of the Winter Wonderland Forest. I mean, it was incredible. You are all phenomenal, gifted, talented, magical people, and it has been my pleasure to be a part of this challenge. Thanks again, Ivy. And don't forget, in the words of Buddha, 1,000 candles can be lit from a single candle, and the life of the candle. Oh, see, look, y'all made me tear up. Look at that. I'll try that again. And don't forget, in the words of Buddha, and don't forget, in the words of Buddha, 1,000 candles can be lit from a single candle, and the life of the candle will not be shortened. Happiness never decreases by being shared. So thank you for sharing a little slice of your happiness with me and Alice Poopers and Scallion and Parfait and all of us here at the Magical Mansion. Tune back in soon and get ready for some astral projection. Woo!